Yo, what's good? It's your bro Lo, and I'm bringing you guys another saucy traded viddy weekly outlook, my nigga. All right, but yeah, about to just do a weekly outlook. Wanted to go live and see what's going on with the lives and shit. You know what I'm saying? If anybody wanna pop in, they could pop in. See. Let me do this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Make sure this is all set up how I want it. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, this screen's kind of crazy though. What the fuck? Alright. Alright, boom. That should be good, right? Okay, let's go on and get with this weekly outlook. So basically, I got NQ pulled up. Just looking at the weekly chart, we have about 7 days left until this month is over with. And so I'm basically looking for price to, I mean, we could give a little pullback from where we came to. This is like rejection block type of idea right here. I'm still looking for this low right here. This low right here on the monthly chart. So this is a monthly failure swing that I'm looking for price to come down into. And now it doesn't have to do it for this month. For the rest of this month, it doesn't have to do that. It could close fairly around this area because there's only 7 days left within a month. But I can anticipate. Yo, what's good, Trey? What's good, Brody? Nah, just doing a live, bruh. Doing a little weekly outlook video. How was your weekend, bro? Alright, so we got that bearish fair value gap on the weekly marked out too. Tuning in good. Just been back testing hella. That's good, bro. That's good. You've been putting in work. I've been seeing you, man. Yeah, I've been seeing you, bro. Let me see. Okay. So weekly fair value gap. Put that under the weekly. And then this is a monthly failure swing. Okay, so weekly high. Previous weekly high. Then you got previous weekly low. Previous weekly low. Let me see, week one low. Alright. So I'm basically looking for price to basically come up, maybe run out previous weekly high. You do have this bearish inefficiency, right? Inefficiency right here. I'm thinking it could come up here and like tap into that and then maybe start coming lower. I am thinking that this is gonna be my high probable type of drawing liquidity, and then we can I can see that come down into there. Yo, what's good, Tilio?
What's good, my guy?
Yeah, I'm just live right now.
Yeah, all good. How long are you staying in the call for?
Maybe about like 30 minutes, low key. I ain't even, yeah, type shit. Yo, Trey, you still in here? You still in here, Trey? Yo, let me know if you could hear the the Discord. Let me know if you still in here.
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking in the live stream.
Okay.
Damn, my throat dry as hell. Okay, cool. Yo, Trey, send me your Discord so that way I could get in contact with you. All right, so previous weekly high, previous weekly low. So whenever I'm coming into the week, or let's say like a new month or some type shit, I'm looking at maybe the monthly, right? I'm looking at monthly time frame. I'm looking at, okay, how does that monthly candle open, right? How I'm trying to visualize how that monthly candle is gonna go, right? So when that next monthly candle open, I'm automatically gonna think, okay, that monthly candle can open, come up, create like a little small wick like this one did, and not maybe like this one. I don't know, maybe, but I'm looking at it how it could like come up and then start expanding lower and maybe take out the previous monthly low. So the same thing that I would do on a monthly, I do on a weekly. Same thing I do on the weekly, I do it on the daily. So right now I'm just trying to visualize how that previous weekly, how that previous week is gonna trade, right? Is it gonna open, come up, trade up into here, and then start expanding lower, or is it gonna open just start expanding lower? I would want to see the previous weekly high get taken out, and then start trading lower. But look how we have previous weekly lows right here built up. No weekly low took out a week. This weekly low did not take out this weekly low. So this is gonna be a low resistant type of a run to this previous weekly low. So this is a sell side liquidity pool right that I'm looking at. And then you still got that monthly failure swing. And I don't think it's gonna make it there this month. I think low hanging fruit, it could just get down into here, and then we could see it possibly go lower. Let me go on and put all of this on my weekly quadrant. What's up, T Leo? How was your weekend, bro? Daily. Okay, so daily. All right. So when I'm coming to the daily time frame, we're still inside of that same fair value gap that we've been chopping around. That's why I've barely been touching NQ and ES this week, because of this type of price action. I don't like entertaining this type of price action during the week, during a certain week. I like these type of expansion type of weeks type shit. You feel me? So I'm thinking that, okay, right on for the Discord. I'm gonna add you. Thank you. Alright, let me add you real quick. Ah, shit ain't work, cuz. TradeFX NQ here. At this. I'm gonna send it in the YouTube chat. But yeah, I'm looking at basically. I really don't know what I want to. Okay, when I'm looking at the weekly time frame, I know what I want to see. It to come up, maybe hit the top end of this. Maybe this might be accumulation. This might be a manipulation, right? And then this shit is gonna start distributing. All right, bet, Brody. There we go. So now it's easy to get in contact with y'all. Bro, I tried to give you my Discord, bro, and that shit was tweaking in the comment section. I had replied like 3 times. It would not go in that shit. Oh, what's up, Telio? What's good, Brody? All right, bet. But yeah, so going into NQ, that's all I'm looking for. Maybe it to come up, snatch out these highs, and then give a displacement lower. We did open up higher with the new week opening gap. I don't really pay attention much to the new week opening gap. I don't really pay much to new week opening gap, but for new week opening gap sakes, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw that on there because that's a huge open, right? So we got that new week opening gap, maybe come up. I know that if a daily candle closes through this new week opening gap, that could be used as like an inversion type of PD array to start trading towards these relative equal lows. Damn, relative equal lows for the previous weekly low on NQ. So that's what I would like to see. Yep, accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. Going into the hourly chart, I'm looking at, what the fuck is that? Okay, it's a fair value gap right here. All right. So since I already have my idea on what I want for the week, what I want to see for the week, all right, for price to run up, maybe come in, knock out two birds with one stone, take out the buy stops and fill in it, come into an inefficiency, and then start displacing from there. That's what I want to see during the week. That's a high probable setup for me to want to see during the week. Maybe tap into, you do have a little bit of, okay, this is an old new week opening gap up here too. So you got that up here too. All right, so it closed here and then opened there. So I'm thinking that price may, oh, not partials. Fuck. Yeah, I'm thinking price might come up, trade up into this shit, and then start trending lower as soon as it comes up and hits that. Cause since my weekly fair value gap is here, right? That new week opening gap is sitting right there. That old previous new week opening gap. Is that a previous new week opening gap? New week. Alright, that's just an old new week opening gap. I ain't gonna label it, but this is an old new week opening gap. I'm looking for that to come up into there and then start running lower. If we start displacing through this new week opening gap, then maybe we might be targeting something higher on the higher time frame. But until then, I'm focused on high probable setups towards the downside. Until then, let me see, week one high. So okay, that's not. I need to get these shits sorted out right. This shit tweaking. You know what I'm saying? Shit tweaking. But yeah, previous weekly high. Let me go to the 15 minute. So 15 minute, yeah, that's a huge ass week, bruh. New week. That's a huge ass gap. Like, what the fuck? Did Trump say something? Like, what happened? That's a huge ass gap. But yeah, that's why I'm looking to go into the week. So maybe tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna do. I don't know if we got news. Let's see if we got news. Let's see what this week has. We got. Okay, so Monday. Okay, we got a little PMI. That might be something Monday. That might do a little something Monday. Tuesday, consumer confidence. So it ain't that much of a crazy high impact news on Tuesday. Wednesday is some good news too. Thursday, GDP. Okay, GDP is gonna be. So this week actually might be clean. This might be one of the cleanest weeks out of all the weeks. It might be the cleanest week because all we've been doing for the last 2 weeks is consolidating on NQ. If you used to look at the last 2 weeks, we just been consolidating. It hasn't really been expanding. So maybe this is the consolidation. And this week is gonna start moving lower. I said a lot. Yo, low key, bro. I need to change this. Fuck it. All right. Now ICT. He's just basically a trading influencer that has dropped some crazy ass concepts that's turning people into demons. You know what I mean? ICT himself, I don't know if he could really trade or not, but his teachings are very, very. That shit for me personally, that shit work and is valid. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's ICT. Okay. I had to change the title. I didn't know that was the title. ICT give you them light bulbs for real. Nah, straight up, bro. Nah, seriously, man. But yeah. So I basically got what I'm looking for the week. Like I was saying, what I would want to see is maybe price. Here, let me take off this power 3 candle. Okay, so what I would like to see is price to accumulate, right? Manipulate, maybe the previous weekly high, and then whatever displacement I get from here, it could give me some type of inversion, something here, right? I'm looking to take that to maybe something on the downside, maybe here, maybe coming into Monday, it might give me an entry. Monday usually I like to skip, let price accumulate, generate liquidity, and then Tuesday is usually like the high of the week or the low of the week. Sometimes Monday will give you the high of the week or the low of the week, but Monday I usually let it do whatever it's gonna do, consolidate, because usually it likes to consolidate. But since we got that high impact news at 9:45 tomorrow, this shit might give a little move lower. You know what I'm saying? A little move lower, and then I could capitalize on that. All right, let's look at ES. ES is kind of like doing the same thing type shit, right? Doing the same thing. Let me go ahead and mark out this volume imbalance and this fair value gap, and this is also a new week opening gap, right? New week opening gap. Friday, so Friday close. Hold on, let me go ahead and mark that out. Okay, boom. I want that level. That's important. So yeah, usually I don't focus on the new week opening gaps like that, but these are important levels for me going into the week now, based off the narrative that I'm looking for, right? So new week opening gap. So anything that I do, anytime that I'm like looking for something on a higher time frame, like I have a process, right? And within that process, I like to look for certain confluences to validate what I'm seeing in my process, right? So, but yeah, so looking at this FEG right here, this FEG isn't super important because of all this back and forth within it. I don't like that. You have TradingView Premium? Nah, I don't have TradingView Premium. I don't need it. So I used to have it when I used to swing trade so I could set multiple alerts, but I really don't need the second start or anything like that. You know, people be dropping down to the second start and shit. I don't need that shit. You know, back then I thought I needed it. I thought I needed to try a whole bunch of different shit, but I just needed to stick to one thing. You know what I'm saying, and refine that. Yeah. Weekly. So okay. So yeah, same thing for ES too. ES and at Nasdaq should fairly do the same thing. It depends which one is the weakest. Oh, we did take out this monthly failure swing though. For ES. So that is interesting that we did do that. Let me go ahead and mark that out. Neil, I don't understand a single thing you're talking about. I'm fairly new and I'm learning through TJR mostly. Okay, so TJR, he basically learned through ICT, right? Basically, he trades ICT's concepts. So what I would suggest, right? And I know like people don't like this shit, and it's like I know ICT is boring as fuck. I would be tired of watching his ass. Like I felt, you know how many times I fell asleep on ICT ass? Like all he does is talk. But within his, it's really his live commentaries that he does that a lot with. But even throughout all the talking, he'll drop something, right? That gives you that aha moment to where like, oh, that makes sense, right? So it's like the same thing. Like say, I'm not trying to like bring in like drugs and shit, but like say if you selling drugs, like, or whatever you're doing, right? You always want to try to go to the original source. Like okay, like people can come to me and watch me, right? But really I'm not a teacher. I'm just going through my process. You know, I'm trying to show my experience, try to show like, you know, how I operate and shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's good for me to like come back and look at, right? And look at my experience and look at my journey. And also it helps other people to kind of see like what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? They might pick up something from that, right? But for learning purposes, ICT is gonna give you the sauce you really need. You know what I mean? Even though he talk a lot, you'll start getting used to it and you'll start enjoying it, like his blabbering and all that. You start enjoying it a bit because every now and again he'll drop nuggets to where it's like it feels fulfilling. Like, yo, I got that. But usually his like content, like his YouTube mentorship and shit that he has, I would watch ICT. That's what I would suggest. You know what I'm saying? You go watch TJR, but really TJR is more so he's entertaining and more so entertainment. But also he does drop shit too. He drops nuggets too. You know what I mean? But like if you really want to understand like certain shit, you know what I mean? I will watch ICT because he goes into a little bit more detail on it, or watch other influencers that actually go into detail of that fair value. But I would go to the source first. Go to the original source first. Right? So yeah, so weekly fair value gap. Okay, so yeah, we did back to this. We did take out this monthly low, right? Even though I'm a scalper, I always look at the higher time frame to see what the higher time frame is doing. I like to see what these candles are going to, right? So this monthly failure swing got taken out. If you guys want to know what I mean by failure swing, I could break that down for y'all if y'all need that. But a failure swing is basically, I just do it anyway. Failure swing is basically when look how this previous monthly low was taken by this candle right here. But this candle did not take out the previous monthly low. So that's why this is a monthly failure swing to me. Just like this right here, this was a monthly failure swing because this month did not take out this high. Right? So when this is coming up and taking this shit out, now that's not that monthly failure swing is taken out. This is not a failure swing because we ran out highs. So failure swings I just look at as liquidity, like just like these two lows. Whenever you see that might be like a low resistance liquidity run. This month took out this low, so this is not a failure swing to me, but this one is. So this one's important to me, right? As a draw on liquidity, and then you can see like it kind of made relatively equal lows here. So if we do get through this low, right, we already got to it, reject off, but if we start getting through, we start seeing this month start displacing through here, then you can start anticipating that monthly candle to come into this failure swing down here. And it doesn't even have a damn wick, so it don't even have a wick. This one as well. So it could take this out, run this low, and come into here. That's long term, right? But the same thing that I'm applying here, you can apply it to the daily, the hourly, the 15-minute, whatever you want to apply it to. All right. So okay. So monthly, yeah. I don't for bearish wise, right? Price could. I'm gonna stick to my bearish bias, but price could run up and basically it could invert this week. But until we get a weekly close above this, I'm not looking for high probable bullish setups here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just stick to basically it being bearish until it starts proving me wrong, until it starts trading through certain PD arrays, right? But yeah, looking at the daily, we consolidation might manipulate, come up into here, and then once we get up into here, I would like to see it trade up first, trade up into these areas, and then start looking for a downside from there. You got these highs right here that look buy side liquidity, right? So we could trade up into there, hourly fair value gap, but I think it might come up into that new week opening gap because that weekly fair value gap is there, and then we trade lower. But yeah, that's it really for indices. I can get into like the hourly and the 15-minute, but that's not as important to me right now until we start printing tomorrow for Monday. What else y'all be looking at? What else Telio, what you be looking at, bro? You just look at NASDAQ?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's S&P. Okay. Right now on Asia session. Wait, I'm stuck in my shit. Just wiped out liquidity, didn't we?
Hold on, let me I think Asia's session just started.
Yeah, like a few hours ago, I think. Yeah, like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. If you go on NAS 100, just swipe liquidity. I think.
So I'm just Asia. Like barely. Actually, I need to turn this indicator off because this indicator sucks. Let me get a ICT everything indicator. There we go. I need that one. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and edit this. Okay, what's my time? Okay, I think I already got my time on there. London, midnight.
What does it do?
It basically plots the
This
Asia.
indicator.
Yeah, it plots the Asia for me and gives me standard deviations. Standard deviations for Asia.
What the hell does that mean?
Standard deviations is basically like if you measure out a range, like say if I measure out Asia's range, right? You got a 1 standard deviation. You see how you got that right there, and it could come up into there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that, and then you got 2 standard deviations, 1.5. So these would be like key areas, basically, if you measure out a certain range. That's like a deviation. But I think Asia, yeah, Asia just started. What time does Asia start? 20 o'clock, right? 20.
It was 18.
Hold on, let me.
Isn't it 6 p.m. EST?
I think it starts at 20 o'clock. Because it should end at, yeah, 00 GMT. It should end at 00 GMT. Yeah, so, yeah, it should start here. So all of this is going to be Asia. All of this little box right here, that's going to be Asia. That time.
Okay.
Do this. Okay, boom. All right, so I got my Asia, got the deviate. So you see how much Asia is printed already, Celia? You see how from this low to this high? That's basically the Asia range right now.
High. If you look at the high.
Mm.
If you look. Oh, we're going. Can you go on NAS?
Yeah, I got you. Yup.
Look, if you. Yeah. See. Oh wait. What?
Okay, there you go.
I'm on the one. I'm on the hourly time frame.
Hourly time frame. All right, bet. All right, we here. Yeah, we right here with it.
What the fuck?
I'm
Yeah,
I'm on the futures. I'm on the futures. Maybe it might be different. Are you on the futures chart?
US NAS 100 1 hour one.
Yeah, I'm on a futures chart. Yeah, Asia, I like to sit. I like to chill on. I don't trade Asia. Asia usually likes to generate liquidity. You might think it's like a buy stop run or a sell stop run, but like whole time it's just liquidity that's still generating. New York is the easiest to trade. It's the easiest. Like when I first started trading, somebody
usually do.
Yeah, somebody told me that, and I just stuck to it. I was fucking with London, but London was too much manipulation for me. Maybe now I could trade London, but why would I do that? My process is Asia, New York, and then that's it. You feel me? Stick to New York. But that's just me though. It depends on everybody, whoever.
Yeah.
Other people. Yep.
But you use Asia for liquidity.
Yeah,
like
I use
highs and lows.
Yep, I use Asia for liquidity. Any session you could use for liquidity. So like you could get London session, you could plot out London session liquidity, like from
Wait, I'm a share screen. Look at my thing. It's not working first.
All right. I like to look at dollar too. What, you got your chart up? Okay. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, let me see. Let's see.
Working.
Yeah, I can see it.
See how for me this went all the way up to this high.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, that's on the chart
That,
too.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
but
Wait, so if I
that's
see
not
it but you
enough
don't,
though.
is it?
That's not enough though.
Yeah, okay,
You
that's
want to,
what. Okay, it's not.
yeah, you want to see it run higher. Whenever you see a little stubby ass run on liquidity, you sometimes you don't want to trust that. You want to
Like
see
this
it.
shit.
Yeah, because the stops are still higher, a little higher. It's not just
Yeah,
at
okay.
that top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not on it. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
exactly. Whenever I
Got you.
see
So
that, I
this would be
put
better.
yeah, yeah. If you see it expand, you want to see it expand and knock it out. Especially
Gotcha.
since it's been accumulating for so long. Look how if you like squint your chart up, look how long it's been accumulating inside of there. So
Yeah,
you want to see
this.
a better expansion from out of there for a stop run, a
Alright,
run
so
on
what
that.
are we looking for this week then? Yeah.
So if you look at NQ right here, look at my chart. Yeah, I'll show you.
Give me
I'll
two
show
sec.
you.
Um,
So my shit tweaking. Okay, there we go. You see my chart? Can you see it on the live? Yeah. Look on the YouTube. That's why I got it up at. Yeah, so you got it. All right. So all I'm looking for this week is for price to run up, take out the previous weekly high, maybe come into like this fair value gap, this bearish fair value gap, and then see it start running lower. If it starts going through and like really expanding through that shit, then it might not go lower for me, and that's where I might have to sit on my hands or change my bias if it starts running through there. Oh yeah. I got you. All right. Can you see it? You're good, buddy. All right. Hold on. All right. You got it.
yeah, I see it.
All right. You see it. All right. Bet. So yeah,
Yep.
all I'm looking for is for price to come. Like I said, come up previous weekly high, right? I like to mark out my previous weekly high, previous weekly lows, right?
Do
You see
you
it?
do you use that as liquidity?
Yeah, I use it as liquidity. Any daily high, daily low, previous weekly high, previous weekly low, uh,
Okay.
previous session high, previous session low. You could use that as liquidity, right? So I'm just looking at
How
it
do
for
you
to
mark
run
it?
that.
The
hmm
how do you mark your thing? See how the red line to the right? There's like previous weekly high. Do you have it marked?
Yeah, you just get a horizontal array like this, plot it on where you want
Yeah.
it, and then you can
Yeah, but
click on it, and then
it's written on the right. Okay.
yeah, you just write it like that.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, that's all I'm looking for it to run out this high and then start expanding lower. But yeah, bro, I will start off watching
Okay.
ICT, bro. Start watching ICT.
Okay.
You give you some nuggets.
Alright. Alright, bet. So your bias is bearish for the week.
But yeah, for NQ for right now, until it starts
Okay.
trading through certain invalidation areas that I wouldn't want to see it trade through. And then yeah. All right, let's go to
Right.
dollar. I'm gonna do dollar. Break down dollar.
Okay.
Let me take these off. Take this off. And then hold on, let me clean this up a bit. this is still kind of important. Keep that there. Daily.
What is it? Why is it important?
It's a fair value gap. Well, not a fair value gap, a volume imbalance. So you see how there's a gap in between
A
this
gap
candle.
between the bodies.
Yeah. So yeah, that's important. Since it's there,
What,
since
what's
it's
a
close to there. Daily high.
okay.
Get that out. All right. Boom, boom. Okay, that's straight. Cool. All right, let's do that.
What do you use volume imbalance for?
It's like the same thing as a fair value gap. How you would use a fair
Okay,
value
so
gap.
you're okay. So when you inverse it, does it mean it goes like a opposite direction, or is it?
It depends. It depends on your bias, but the same thing how a fair value gap. If it inverses a fair value gap, then you can use that to frame a trade off of. You could use that for directional, for bias sake. You know what I mean? You could use it for different things. Weekly. Okay. So looking at this weekly time frame, we came down into this weekly fair value gap right here. It took out the previous weekly low, and then we expanded higher from there. So now we're at this weekly open price right here. We open here, right? So what I'm thinking is, price is gonna trade down. Maybe use this this down close candle, the opening price of that week right here. Use that and then maybe start expanding higher, and maybe we trade into this balanced price range.
Yeah. And then go lower after that.
I don't know, but that's the target. That's the draw, right? If I'm buying, then I would anticipate it to basically target this. If it goes through it, then maybe it's going higher, right? It's going into another PD
Okay,
array.
so if it inverses the fair value gap.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so if I get like a daily close, if it expands through it, then the next day I would anticipate it to open, come down, come into that, and then go higher.
For it to inverse, does it have to close above the fair value gap, or just the wick?
It does. You want to see it close above the fair value gap.
Okay.
Bodies.
But if it
Uh-huh.
if it closes above on like the 5 minute, but not on the hourly. Oh, it depends where you're.
It depends the time frame of the fair value gap. So since this is a weekly fair value gap.
Okay. It will have to be a weekly candle.
A better close would be a weekly candle. Even though you can look for a daily close, you could go down the notch time frame, look for it to close through it, right? And then the next candle can still use it. The next candle can still use it, but it can also trade back through it. But a better confirmation is the same time frame. If it closes through on that same time frame, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yep. So that's what I'm looking for. Maybe mean threshold. Mean threshold is basically the middle of an order block. So you got this right here. You got that there. Let me take this out. What I would say is try not to understand shit too fast. You know, take your time with it. If it don't make sense, it'll make sense later. You know what I mean? The more you study it, you know what I mean? You go through ICT's videos or whatever, you'll start to understand it a lot more once you go through it more. Right? But mean threshold of order block is the middle of the body, right? So
of the
you measure
block, yeah.
Yeah, so you measure it out, you got 50% there. So what I would say is, if price was to come and close through maybe this up close candle here, because the mean threshold is here, and then the volume imbalance is here, then I would think that maybe it could start going lower, right? But until then maybe I think it may start going lower again, if it has to close through all of this.
Okay.
Yep, on the daily. So the next day, let's say if Monday opens and it comes through and it trades through and it closes through all of this, right? Then maybe Tuesday I will look for it to open, come up, open here, come up, trade into that, use that as an inversion, and then start trading lower, right? So
Okay.
so Asia might consolidate, come up, hit that, and then start trading lower, right? That's how I
Mm-hmm.
would visualize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would look for this week. But for right now, bullish dollar, right? Because we had a trade above this down close candle after coming from this inefficiency at a discount of a range, right? So I'm thinking that it could open, come down, and then start trading up into that balanced price range. This would be my target. So anything that I'm scalping, if I'm scalping throughout this week, looking for a dollar to be bullish, then I'm looking for that to be the target. Once it gets there, I can sit on my hands. I don't have to trade. I have to wait. See what it does there. Read the
Mm-hmm.
tape. Sometimes you just gotta sit and wait and just read what price is giving you, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then make a decision. Not a trading decision like I'm gonna enter a trade. Then make a decision on whether you want to start framing trades towards that direction, or you want to sit on your hands or flip whatever bias you have, right? So since I'm looking at that for dollar, let me go ahead and mark out this mean threshold because this is important to me going throughout the week. All right, so I'm gonna do that, and then week 1 order block.
Yeah. How
Order
how
block mean
how did you
threshold.
just do that? What did you click on?
So whenever you make a PD array, you could
Uh huh.
click on it. You could click on it like this, and then you could click this right here, and then you could
Uh huh.
save it as a drawing template, and then
Okay.
it'll bring it up like this. So whenever I have a PD array, I could just click on it, and then it'll give it to me. It'll change it
Uh, okay.
to
Okay.
what I want it to.
Oh, so okay. So your rectangle could be marked as a fair value gap or order block or something like that,
Yeah, and
and
then
then you
it'll
just
change. If
okay.
I click
Okay.
on that. Let me see. So boom, week 1 order block. Let me lock this. Lock that price. Okay, boom. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. If it starts trading through all of that, then maybe we go lower than I'm thinking and not trading up into this balanced price range. So since I have that idea, I like to trade GU futures and EU futures. So if I'm looking for bullish dollar, for a dollar to go higher, then I'm looking for bearish GU and EU, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so what it could do for GU. All right, let me clean this up a bit because this looks kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? That look crazy. Let me clean that up because that look crazy. All right. So looking at let me hide those. All right. So what we have so far with dollar, GU, not dollar GU. Okay, we have failure swings. You see how no previous weekly low was taken throughout these candles, right?
Wait,
So
what?
the no previous lows was taken on these candles. You see this? You see how
Yeah.
this candle didn't take out this low, and this
Yeah. Okay.
candle
Okay.
didn't
Yeah.
take out a previous low. This candle did right here,
Mm-hmm.
right? But this is a
Yeah.
failure
Okay.
swing. That's a failure swing. This is a failure swing.
Because it
That's a
closed
failure
above.
swing.
Okay. Okay.
So any failure swings that I see, those are liquidity targets for me, and those are gonna be low
Okay.
resistant, right? So that's gonna be important as a draw. Like if I'm looking for it to draw to, because you also have
Mm-hmm.
this inefficiency right here. So if this weekly was to come is to trade lower and expand lower, right? This is gonna be my target, right? As well as this daily fair value gap right here, because this is at a discount from this low to high, right? So if I'm looking for bullish
Mm-hmm.
dollar, that I could anticipate this to happen for this candle to open, come up on the weekly, and then start trading lower towards like span. You could see it expand if you visualize it, expand towards here, right? That's what you want to visualize.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could it start trading up into here and come into this fair value gap? Yeah, it could. What would change my bias for that to be possible, right? Is if we start trading through the middle of that wick. So you can measure out this low to high, because every wick is an inefficiency, right? If you got a wick, it's like a balanced price range. It's an inefficiency because you got that quick back and forth. Bodies tell the story, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at 12969 as, okay, if it trades up through that and it closes through that on a daily basis, then I may have to reevaluate it traded down into here. Right? Now, if we trade lower first, if we trade lower and we run this out as my draw, then I have to sit on my hands and wait. I have to sit on my hands and wait, because then my bias might have to change depending on what it might do in here. Then it could start trading higher again. Because if you look at this on a weekly basis, this is bullish. I'm anticipating a short-term pullback. Right, a short-term pullback.
Like a retracement?
Yeah, like a retracement. Yeah, a retracement. Okay. I'm anticipating a short-term retracement to this FEG. Once we get there, I have to sit on my hands. I have to sit on my hands and wait, right? Because we could start trading higher. Yeah, it could run out this low, and then wick from there, and then the next week can start going higher, or even the same week can start going higher. That same weekly candle can start going higher, right? So I have to pay attention to that. So let me mark out. So this is like me giving myself a roadmap, right? And I do the same thing over and over and over. So there we go. So any closes above that on a daily basis, then I can start thinking that, okay, we might run up into, if you look at the monthly, because we have 7 days left, run up into the open of this up close candle. If we start closing above.
Why would he go there?
Okay, so since this is the open, right? Since this is the open of a up close candle, they were buying here. They started off buying here. So in order for them to mitigate their because they're what smart money is doing, they're constantly what they're doing is they're constantly hedging from buys to sells, right? They're hedging. So if they sometimes they do it at the breaker too. Like the breaker, they had these consecutive up close candles right here. They were buying here. They bought to sell here, right? So since they bought to sell here at this open price, this is where they can mitigate their and go break even from whatever they was buying at, because they're in drawdown now, right? So they can mitigate here before they start pushing price lower, right? So so price could draw up into there. It doesn't have to. Right, it can start going lower from here because, it's already at that right here at the wick, right here, because they were buying here too. But this is the bodies is what's most important, right? So I want to see it potentially come up into there if it does start trading, if it's not a retracement that is given, right? Right now it could give that retracement, and then I could, once it gets here and it starts giving reactions and shit and daily. And whatever price action is showing me that it could be bullish again, then I'll change my bias back to it maybe drawing up into here. And low hanging fruit, it would be consequent encroachment of that wick. If I'm trying to buy inside of here, I'm looking at it to potentially get back up into that range, right? So that's what I would look for. EU, let's see how EU look. So EU can potentially still go higher. Let me clean this up a bit. Clean this up.
I gotta go in 3 minutes. 9:30.
All right, you good, Brody? All right. Daily, weekly. Okay, there we go. All right, so looking at EU, same thing, right? We already traded up into these consecutive up close candles, right? So they were buying here to sell here. So the opening price, they already did that work. So they could reject off of there, potentially, or they could start trading up to that FEG. But we only have 7 days left. That may be asking for a lot for it to get up into there.
Okay.
Right. So right now, same thing. I'm focused on this up close candles opening price right here, because this is a order block for me. New weekly bearish order block, right? Let me put that open price. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. All right, so there's my open price. So I'm paying attention to this PD array right here, weekly, and then the mean threshold. I'm not gonna mark out the mean threshold because we already have this inversion fair value gap high right there, so I could just pay attention to that instead, right? If it trades up through it, closes up through it on a daily basis, then it may be going low, maybe going a bit higher and start drawing up back into here. So then I would have to change my bias. Maybe this down close candle would be an order block then if we have to trade up through that. But I'm looking for this retracement for it to come down, fill in this inefficiency, right? Come down into here. Or I'm not anticipating to come all the way down into here, right? It could come down into there, right? That could be important. Hold on, let me mark it out. So this can be important there, right? It could come down into there, but that's for a draw, right? That's for a draw. So since I already have my narrative, right? Daily, weekly order block. If we start going through mean threshold, close on a closing basis, then maybe we go higher. Same thing with GU. If we start going up through the consequent encroachment of this wick, then we may be going higher instead of that retracement. But we have failure swings, so it can at least come down and start taking out some failure swings. It could take out previous weekly low. Yeah. It could take out previous weekly low and continue and wick that and then start continue higher. But since this is a failure swing, all it is, this is a low resistance. This might be a low resistance liquidity run for it to run down into that and then start trading higher.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it. That's really it for the week. That's all I'm looking for this week.
Alright.
Type shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep you updated with my trades in the channel.
Alright, buddy, bet.
Thank you, bro.
No problem, man. I'm about to go ahead and hop off too. Cool little weekly outlook. Alright, bro.
Yeah, I'll catch you around.
Alright, bet. Alright. So yeah, that's it, man. That's all I'm looking for this week. Whoa! Almost dropped my damn controller. This shit was expensive too. I can't be dropping that shit. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I hope you guys, if you guys tune into the stream, I know you guys might not watch this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm now like, who am I? I'm some random ass ICT degenerate trader. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's really watching this shit for real. But yeah, if you guys do, go on and smash that like button for me. It'll help with the algorithms. You guys do watch this, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see a crazy nigga like me every day, I'm not every day because I don't post every day. You know what I'm saying? I'll post when the market is active and shit. But yeah, that's it, man. I'm about to end the stream.